up in Denver in a very gay neighborhood. So gay, like the local supermarket, which the actual name of it is King Supers, but they were called Queen Supers. I remember walking the dog with my mom, and every once in a while, my dog Riley would like come to us with like, a used condom that she would find in the lawn. And my mom would be disgusted and horrified, and I would just be like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, I was a pretty sheltered child, but I was living in a gay world, god damn it, and it even extended into Catholic school. I too went to Catholic school like Mark, although only 8 years, but it was a pretty progressive place. I remember probably one of the best teachers I've ever had in my career as a student was my 6th grade science teacher, aptly named Mr. Blessy of the Catholic school. But he taught evolution and like a modern sort of take on sexual education, and actually was gay himself. But I had 2 best friends in middle school. Jacob, who was being raised by his uncle and his uncle's partner because his mom was in a assisted living institution for schizophrenia, and his dad had run out on him when he was a kid. So I had Jacob, and my other friend was Roy. And Roy and I had lots of great times together. One special time was a camping trip that I took with him and his family this summer after 6th grade. And we did all the things that you do on a camping trip. We went hiking and swimming and stayed up late in like the kids' tent talking. And on the first night, Roy actually, he confessed to me that he'd stolen a pornographic magazine from his dad's stash, and it was just this magazine filled with these like, pictures of these very voluptuous black women, and we were sort of like, of course, like thumbing through it by flashlight together, and Roy like kind of stops. He's like transfixed by this one girl, Michaela, I remember. It was a relatively small picture on the right page, in the upper left-hand corner, and the way that she was posed, she was just sort of like bending over the hood of like a red convertible, and she was wearing this bright pink thong that sort of bit down between her thighs, and she was looking over her left shoulder, right at me and Roy. Roy, he just kept going on, oh man, she's so attractive, and man, like I'm so hard right now, and I'm just kind of like, I can't relate to that. And it was something that troubled me because even for the rest of the camping trip, I was thinking, God, Michaela, you are really attractive, and like, you have a great ass, like objectively, but like, I'm rise up to the occasion. And that troubled me all the way home until we were riding by Queen Supers, and suddenly the solution occurred to me. Oh my God, yes, like, what if that's it? Like, what if fortunately, Mr. Blessy was a great teacher, and the thing that he tapped around as most special and dear to him was the scientific method. If you leave 6th grade with nothing else, you take the scientific method with you to the grave. So I proposed, I hypothesized to myself, using inspiration from Queen Supers, if not stimulus A and reaction A, then let's try stimulus B and see. So I put together a little experiment. I was an only child, so I waited for the work week to come, when I knew I would rule the roost, so to speak, and my parents would both be away at work, so I scoured our video collection for anything that looked like it could remotely resemble softcore gay pornography. And I finally settled on our copy of Saturday Night Live's The Best of Chris Farley, which, as you know, has that notorious scene, that titillating scene with Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley auditioning for Chippendales. And I was very nervous. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I queued it up, I turned it on, and it was marvelous. And there it was, right on cue. And I thought, oh great, like this is perfect. I can check off that box. Like, you know, sexual identity. Like, okay, good. Like, oh my God. I've realized, though, in hindsight, that according to the scientific method, you can't prove your own hypothesis. You can only disprove your A hypothesis. So it wasn't that I had sort of realized that I was homosexual, but I had denied my heterosexuality potential. Thank you.